this week. I began to think about it, and yesterday I was reading and I was studying and I was looking, and the Bible the Lord directed me to Psalms chapter 61, verses 1 and 2, when it says, "Hear my cry, O God. Hear my cry, O God. Attend unto my prayer. When my heart is overwhelmed, when my heart from the end of the earth, I will cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I." You see, sometimes we go through, like Zig Ziglar, he said it this way. He says, getting knocked down in life is a given. But getting up and moving forward is a choice. We live in overwhelming times, and I'm not going to preach long here today. I just feel a burden in my heart right now, because every song that we have sung right up has led to this point. Some of the folks on Tuesday night have already heard this, but it came back to my mind again. It says sometimes we don't understand why there's a lack of peace, why we feel so overwhelmed. Richard Swenson, the director of the Future Health Study Center in Wisconsin, reports these findings on the North American workplace. The average desk worker has 36 hours of work on their desk and usually spend about 3 hours piling and sorting through piles. The average manager is interrupted 73 times a day. I feel that one. Moonlighting is at an overtime high level. Men average 47 hours at work per week. Remember my first part-time job? Anyway. Because their life is more likely to include domestic chores at home, most women working in the workplace average 65 to 85 hours a week. We spend on average 8 months of our lives sorting junk mail. We spend 1 year searching for misplaced objects. Anybody searching for those keys? We spend about 2 years of our lives trying to call people who aren't home, or you get a busy signal. This one fascinated me in the 1960s. Those who predicted future advantages of technology felt that the biggest challenge of the future would be boredom. They believed that time-saving technologies would increase productivity. In fact, they informed a U.S. Senate subcommittee that by 1985, people would work about 22 hours a week, 27 weeks a year, and would retire at age 38. Y'all are laughing. We're laughing because we're all overwhelmed. We all have so much happening and so much going on and so many things that are happening that the average husband and wife are currently working 90 to 100 hours a week. And our families are taking the toll, and our lives and our bodies and our mental health and all these things are taking a toll from all this. Then add the stressors of life, like a cancer diagnosis or a relationship failing or a circumstance, an unexpected trip to an ER, a lost job, whatever it might be. We could start adding an unexpected death, and the feeling, the overwhelming, it just keeps piling on and piling to the point to where you just feel overwhelmed and you don't know what to do and don't know which way to go, and circumstance and everything, it just continues to pile and pile and pile and pile on your shoulders, and it's just, you're just weighed down, and you come to church and you don't know what to do, and you're at work and you don't know what to do, and you're at home and you're sitting in the dark and you're depressed, and you don't know which way to go and which way to turn, and nothing's fun anymore, nothing's enjoyable, and nothing, your life is just falling apart and you don't know what to do. Friend, I've come to tell you today that when my heart is overwhelmed, when my heart is overwhelmed, I need to go to the rock. I need to go to the rock. Psalm 77 said this: I cried unto God with my voice, even unto God with my voice, and he gave ear unto me. In the day of my trouble, I sought the Lord. My soul ran in the night and ceased not. My soul refused to become. Is there anybody here before that's been, you just even refused to be comforted? Come on, we've been there before. If we want to be honest, we've just been such a mess. It's like I don't even want to talk about it. Has anybody ever said that before? Come on, we'll get some. I got so much. I just don't even want to talk about it anymore. Got so much stress, so much happening. I don't want to talk about it. I can't do it. He says, I remembered God and was troubled. I complained and my spirit was overwhelmed. Selah. But thou holdest my eyes waking. I am so troubled that I cannot speak. You ever been there before where you've had so much that you just didn't even know what to say anymore? I'm reading somebody's mail here right now, where you don't even know, you got so much weight, so much turmoil, so much that you just don't even know what you try to open your mouth and nothing comes out right. Nothing happens. Nothing is making any sense at that point, and you can't even speak. I have considered the days of old, the years of ancient time. Here's the point where I want to get. I call to remembrance my song in the night. I call to remembrance my song in the night. I don't know what your song is. I don't know what your song is in your night season. I don't know. I don't know when you're overwhelmed, the song that comes to you. I don't understand. I don't know. It might be that song that we sang earlier that said, I'm claiming my promise. What he's promised to me. I'm standing my ground. On him I believe. The devil can't stop me. Because I'm claiming my promise. That might be your song in your night season. It might be that you're so overwhelmed that all you could do is muster out a peace, wonderful peace coming down from the Father above. That might be your song in your night season. It might be, I remember one particular time someone in my family was going through a horrible circumstance and a terrible situation, and it seemed like death might likely be imminent. And his wife was in the hospital and on their way to the hospital. And the only thing that kept coming to her mind was the old song, "The Anchor Holds. Though the ship is battered, the anchor still holds. Though the sails are torn, I have fallen on my knees as I face the raging seas." The anchor. I don't know what your song is in the night. I don't know what it is. It might be grace. Grace, God's grace. It could be the one that we sang just a few moments ago, that He's always been faithful. He's been faithful. But this one thing I know, that when my heart is overwhelmed, I've proven this over and over and over and over again, sister, that when my heart is overwhelmed, that I can find a place, and in my night season I can begin to sing a song. I can begin to sing a song. And as I begin to sing that song, there's something that happens down inside, Sister Paulie. There's something that happens down in your spirit, that as you begin to sing that, there's something. The Bible says that when the enemy comes in like a flood, when the enemy tries to overwhelm you, that the Lord will raise up a standard against it, that the Lord will raise up something that will hold back the flood, will hold back that overwhelm. Friend, I've come to tell you today, it's your song in the night season that you don't know what to do. You don't know. You're so battered, you're not sure which way to go. But if you can lift up your eyes to the hills from where your help comes and begin to sing your song, would you stand with me right now? I'm not sure who this is for today. I'm not sure who this is for. This may be for somebody in this room. Probably. This may be for somebody that's watching online right now. That your ship is so battered you don't know which way to go. As the old expression goes, you've got so much happening that you don't know whether you're on foot or on horseback. And the problem, the thing is that's okay. But I've come today to offer you a solution. I've come to tell you today that you don't have to be overwhelmed. You don't have to be in a mess. You don't have to be bounced around in that boat anymore. Because there's someone that's with you. He's in your boat. He's never left you. He's never forsaken you. It doesn't matter the mistakes you've made. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what your past is. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. But when you're overwhelmed and you think that all is lost and nothing, you can lift up your voice and you can begin to sing out. You can lift your voice and you can begin to say, Jesus. And it might seem like he's asleep in your boat, but as soon as you mention his name, he's going to wake up and he's going to step into your situation and into your circumstance, and he can say the words, peace be still. Say, preacher, what are you saying? What I'm saying is, take your eyes off the flood. Don't look at the flood. But instead, Brother Wayne, look to Jesus. Begin to sing your song. It doesn't matter where you are right now. Wherever you are, you just begin to lift up your voice and begin to sing your song. And that song is personal. It's between you and God. You begin to sing your song. You begin to say his name. You begin to reach out to him regardless of where you are, whether you're here in the sanctuary, whether you're sitting in your living room, whether you're riding in your car, wherever you are right now. If you begin to lift up your voice right now, there's something that begins to happen when we begin to sing and magnify God. When we turn our eyes upon Jesus and look full in his wonderful face, then the things of this world, this flood, this diet, all the other stuff will grow strangely dim. In the light of his glory and his grace. Would you lift your hands all over this house?